The program at American University originally grew out of the Phillips Collection and has a long and respected history as a painting program. We've expanded into video, mixed media, printmaking, and sculpture while retaining our strengths as a painting and drawing program.
I wanted to have the opportunity to explore more of an interdisciplinary approach to my art practice, and knowing that AU had a faculty where there were expertise in sculpture and painting, they were very encouraging of the use of new materials and new approaches. That was a really strong aspect of the program that I was looking for.
If a student is particularly interested in a cross-disciplinary approach, the university is a good setting. They can collaborate with biology, they can collaborate with anthropology, they can collaborate with communications. The contemporary art practice is very broad, and we reflect that in our programming.
There is a pretty solid emerging art scene in DC, so there certainly are venues and professors are connected to different places in DC, so there is an instant connection to possible galleries and other spaces in the city itself.
It's got a vital gallery scene. It's got an incredible museum scene. I would say I would rank it with any museum scene in the world, with the added benefit of most of them being free.
We have students who are already showing in galleries in the area, in Baltimore and in DC. There's a nice community of contemporary art galleries, but we also have a wonderful proximity to New York.
We were able to have really great visiting artists. Amongst them was Robert Storr, the Dean of Yale School of Art. And we had great group critiques with him and a great lecture. Same with Marina Abramovich. She visited about a couple weeks ago, and we had a really lovely, intimate lecture with Marina.
Most graduate programs have a visiting artist program, but we have a component to this program wherein we bring visitors back for multiple visits. It's almost like getting another faculty member.
Digital fabrication devices like this computer numeric controlled router that we have, or laser cutters or rapid prototype machines, allow for, I think, a broader range of possibility in what the students can create, and it also dictates a little bit less of a heavy kind of conventionally defined sense of what it is to engage in fabrication practice.
So having a museum attached to this space means basically that we get an opportunity to not only display but work with a museum in order to figure out hanging, installation, all those sort of opportunities.
You also get to work with the museum staff, which is a really great way to kind of know what you're going to be dealing with when you get out into the real world. And we get to work with the preparators, and we get to learn how to hang things in the official ways. And so it's been a really great opportunity to kind of know what museums will expect and what galleries might expect, and how to plan out an installation. For example, I had to plan this out.
The amount of visitors that they get really helps to showcase your work outside of the studio space.
A bunch of us work in museum part-time as well, so we have that sort of interaction skill set to gain from as well. Never mind the fact that since we TA, we get a closer interaction with the teaching experience with undergrads, and also you develop a closer bond with individual faculty through that sort of systems as well.
There is a great community. It is not a competitive environment. Students really develop their strongest relationships with one another. There's a great support from faculty. Faculty are very involved with the students, but the thing that we promote is collegiality, and we make great colleagues out of our students.
So there's less than 20 of us right now, so it's a very close-knit community. We're all on one hallway, which means that the interactions is kind of as much as little you want, kind of day to day.
Each graduate student has a studio to make work. They also have use of pretty much the entire building. They are building sculptures in the halls, they are hanging their shows in the rotunda. It's pretty amazing.
So they're all looking to rent a place to live together and make art together as they graduate. So this is actually something that they're creating as a structure for postgraduate school.
It's a nice balance between working hard and being critiqued and challenged by not only our professors but our peers, visiting professors. It is very challenging, but it's also very productive.
I think it's the kind of place that you should definitely come visit and come see, because of the great facilities they have here, of the awesome community that is present, and the great location. It's good to come down and experience in person.
It's a small program, only, any 20 to 24 students in the MFA, but it's a very vital program. And you know, the truth of the matter is, almost all of them remain artists. And some of them teach, some of them have lives and careers as artists, but they all remain artists.